How's everyone doing? Sorry again, I was so late. Um, as soon as I got home, I got sidetracked and then jumped right on.
It's
But
all good. Today we get to all be executed.
yeah, it probably looks like that. So, Griff, you weren't a part of this conversation, but I did ask at the start if they wanted failure to be a possibility. So that could very well happen. So
yeah, I know where Theta voted on that, and I'm totally okay with that too.
yeah. So cool. So let's roll our initiatives. I think is the first thing we do when we play this game.
Yep. Let's get started then.
Oh, here I go killing again. I gotta.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good roll.
Pretty bad roll.
Another.
I mean, it is nice that the least I can do is an 11, but it's pretty bad when everybody else has a plus 10, plus 7, and plus 9.
I'm sure you'll do fine.
Oh, I am the least likely to get into a fight, so yeah, I will do fine.
This is true. I guess it'll only matter once you, like, explode the entire town, or whatever you're up to.
He's summoning mole people. They're gonna ride into battle on the mighty mole grub and save us.
Yes, behold my minion, Henry Moleman. He's my attorney. He will be fighting me in these legal court disputes.
The situations are real. The people are real. Bornheim Night Court. Bobsuit Night Court. There we go.
Perfect.
Well, if it was Night Court, then I'll pick the guy who Brent Spiner played.
Okay, what was I doing? Oh, real quick, Theta. I just like because it's fun. Because if I type right now, I'm gonna lose my train of thought. The numbers and figures I give you are just like I get that they're abstracted materials, but it's basically like you need this much metal and wood is essentially what those.
No,
cost.
I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that.
I'm just not going to go down and break down. You need exactly this much money of metal and wood.
No, again, I understand. It's just that some of that is just nonsense to me. But anyway, it's not the thing to do at the beginning of a session. We'll talk about it some other time. It's obviously not something I'm going to do anytime soon.
Yes. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, initiative. Fluff, why don't you give us a rundown of what happened last session? Let's see.
So Father Leon starts doing letters to Sir Renengard, asking for an audience. Also writing a letter to somewhere saying if I'm missing, expect the worst. The Chancellor tells Father Leon that he's trying to trap Jean and that the Graft was one step ahead of him. And considering now that he's wanted now, or is considered wanted by the Graft himself, he wants to meet with both Jean and Rutherford. Meanwhile, Zaid, Jean, and Rutherford are Zaid's door is bursted open again. Some people come in to arrest them. Zaid escapes through the trap door. Jean and Rutherford deal with the two guards. Jean kills one, and the other one ends up rushing off. And they rush on her horse to a horse stall I think owned by the drug dealer. Meanwhile, Zaid's in the tunnel. He finds some tools and he starts making explosives. We meet the Chancellor and Father Leon, and they meet up at Martin's abandoned home. So the Chancellor tells Jean that her father is in prison for some reason by the Graft. Apparently, he and the Graft were putting on a deal for the merchant class, so it didn't go well. and now he's fired from his job and now wanted, and he's lost control of the town. We do find out that this town is the heart of the Grassland. Rutherford gets news that his title is revoked and that Lady Brianna got the title, and maybe she's gonna come to town. We're not sure. They tell the Chancellor about Brianna. Father says Brianna is the winter goddess or maybe a servant of hers. Father Leon puts the idea of putting on a revolt, maybe using the halflings. Chancellor showed us that there was a way into a castle and tells us about a secret way in. Father Leon heads to the graveyard, grabs Carla. Rutherford and Jean head into the rat tunnels. They find an ice monster in there and almost die. Father Leon gets Carla at the grave lab, and they go meet Sir Renengard. Sir Renengard is we find out he's a tabletop gaming nerd trying to win these wars, but they seem to get him on their side. Meanwhile, we find Zade's door, but he doesn't let us in, and we manage to make our way through the tunnels in the church. We find the witch hunters torturing Martin, and they seem to be asking him questions about Gracius and his wife Selma, and they ask questions about Brutus. Jean and Rutherford try to save Martin. Jean leads the witch hunters in the tunnel and ends up being choked out. Meanwhile, Rutherford kills a priest and abandons Martin. That's where. Yep, there you go.
Well, that about sums it up. So I guess we'll answer the question everyone was asking is, what's Father Leon doing? Father Leon,
Hey.
what do you do after your game session ends? A little later.
Mhm.
You know.
If I recall the way it ended last time, I was actually being called back to the church or just wandering back to it. I think I was just walking back, and that was where we had left it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone sent for you.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I'm sort of thinking, well, I haven't heard from Rutherford or Genevieve, but I didn't really expect them to come to the castle anyway. I'm sure they must have accomplished their mission properly and with full discretion. No one should be any the wiser of what happened if everything went well. That's right. Well, I'm gonna go back to the church and see how things are doing, check in. And I think, I suppose wait and see. That was my current plan, so I bet I'm about to jump in and see what the church scenario is now.
So first off, there's a flurry of activity. Somebody approaches you, and they tell you that the bishop has been waiting for you. He needs to see you immediately, and that even just walking in, you can hear that people are saying the church has been attacked, and that there's been blood spilled on holy ground.
No. I suppose I ought to go see him right away, but... Well, I suppose you have things to attend to, too. I will see the bishop. And I'll go ahead and start making my way down the church, and I'm probably shuffling as fast as my old bones take me.
Okay. Yeah, it's a bit of a rush around the place. You notice two new, I don't think you've met them yet, witch hunters will give you a cold stare somewhere in the hallways of the cathedral. And
I'll give them like a friendly wave.
yeah. Unfortunately, that is heresy. You will burn. Oh, wait.
Ah, no.
It's not 40k. Okay. You when you knock on the bishop's door, he calls you in. He looks a little frazzled. And he goes, Father Leon, have you had any luck in your hunt?
I'm afraid not. But are you all right? I heard there was an attack.
Those witches, they have appeared here. For as far as we know, one of them is still loose in the church at this moment.
Wait, right now?
Yes.
I hope you have the people to mobilize for this.
I imagine so. But there's something I need to ask you, Father Leon.
Yes, my bishop.
They apprehended one of the witches. He pulls out the wanted poster and he says, yes, this one, the Genevieve, the mutant. And,
Yes, the girl.
yes. And unfortunately, they wish to interrogate the witch. This could cause some problems for me. And I need to ask you something, and very seriously. I know much about your order and what you pretend to be, he says, and he kind of leans back in his chair. I know there's nothing but you could pretend it's charity or whatever, but you're as greedy as any of them. Now, I only speak frankly because I have a very difficult offer for you.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, but if you continue to speak, I will continue to listen. What is it that you are thinking?
He puts a vial of something on his desk, and he says, "Simply bring the girl her meal. We wouldn't want a uh, a guest of the church to go unfed, Father."
Of course.
And he points to the thing. He says, "Just put this in the meal. If you do this, I will make a donation of 500 gold coins to your order and your mission."
I'm simply astounded at that sort of offer. Of course, it's quite a lot of money. And I don't suppose I will ask what is in that vial. I think far better of you than that. But I have to ask, what is there to gain here? Why are you? Why this girl?
You can make a scrutinized test. It's hard. The bishop is yeah. Bishop hides himself well. You can go ahead and make a scrutinized test.
Should I put it to a harder difficulty?
Oh, I think I said hard. Yes, make it hard.
Okay, so hard scrutinize. Not the highest chances of success here. Gotta click again, and what we gonna get as a 59 on a 21.
Yeah, the bishop is hard to read. He kind of double speaks his way around answering the question, right? He gives a lot of answers, and none of them are satisfactory.
Yeah, and I can only imagine Father Leon being a little bit exasperated by it.
Yeah, failure doesn't really get you much information. But what strikes you as weird is he has a lot of servants to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of people he could ask to do this. He could probably even do it himself. But he's specifically asking you, and that is weird.
I see. Father Leon stops and thinks for a little bit, just probably quite staring at that vial that he understandably perceives as poison right now.
Yeah, it most likely is, yes.
Right. And I'm trying to sort through his head the best thing he could say right now, because he's got quite a few thoughts going on in his head. And Father Leon will actually look up and go, "Don't you think the witch hunters might protest at this?"
Yes, I believe they might. And that
They are from a different order and a different place, aren't they? I don't believe that they're loyal to you. If they sense anything of this sort, why, it would come back to you, wouldn't it?
it says it may not. I am still a bishop.
I see, of course. And with sort of a nervous gulp, Father Leon will like reach out to the vial and slip it into like one of his robe pockets and go, I look forward to hearing of the generous donation to the order, Bishop."
And he looks a little smug. And he's like, yeah, as I thought. Then he kind of like leans back in his chair. Why don't you make me just like an easier scrutinize, like an easy, not easier, easy scrutinize?
Of course.
Because this is telling less about the specifics of the conversation, and I think a little bit more general is probably notice anyways.
Oh, damn, that was a terrible roll. That is 95.
Yeah.
I believe there's a way to flip-flop numbers.
You may roll again. You can spend one of the 5 fortune points to roll again.
Okay, we got 5. This is an easy check. Oh wait, did I not set that to easy properly? I totally did, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Rating 61.
Okay.
You just rolled a 95.
Let me go ahead and just give another roll then. I ought to be able to make this. I say as I will undoubtedly fail. Oh, nope, there we go, got it this time.
Okay.
I clicked the wrong button. That's still under 60, so.
Yeah, still under 61. The bishop before seemed a little bit more aloof, a little bit less focused, right? Even as so much as his voice has changed. Yeah, see. Because I think I had a voice for him, but I forgot it. He's become like a little bit more focused at the moment. Things that were in this room are missing. And specifically, like, there's less wealth on display for sure.
Interesting. Very interesting. So he has made a bit of a display at some point. Okay. And I imagine this is like as Father Leon is like sort of slowly turning to leave right now. But he's going to stop and he's going to kind of turn back and go, "Hey, Bishop, I do have one more question. Has anyone gotten any information from them yet? Or, I suppose, does anyone have any idea what they were doing here? Why would they do something like this?"
It just seems they were trying to break out another suspected of heresy. But that's not important to you.
Of course. Well, I suppose I shall. Wait, where exactly is she? I haven't been downstairs before. And I'll just like get the brief instructions.
Yeah, realizing that you've never been there, I guess I'll tell you, or he'll probably tell you. Someone else will tell you. It's probably more like a bishop thing to do. But yeah, so you'll be able to find your way. Speaking of that, Rutherford, you're up. You're in a priest room. You've been in here for hours.
I'm still there. Oh, I thought I was running for the stairs. Okay.
Well, this is how it ended up. Yeah, we're sort of accelerating here on you a little bit. Yeah, you're in a priest room. You've been hiding here for a little while, I think. There are definitely still people running around the hallways looking for you. And they haven't managed to find you yet. But you're essentially, at the moment, hiding under a bed. What's your plan to escape?
I'm still in the same general area.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I think you were able to lose your pursuer after a little bit, because you are fairly quick, and it was just like a lowly guard. You were able to lose him.
Okay. And I am covered in blood and bleeding.
Oh yeah.
Seriously wounded involves bleeding, right?
You are not actually injured, but like you're so you're not like actively bleeding, like bad. Nothing that you couldn't just like cover real quick with a cloth.
Oh,
I believe how it's is how it's described. Yeah.
I'm absolutely gonna dress up like a priest.
Okay. Make a disguise. Like this priest probably has some effects. Make a disguise roll. Yeah, make it a little, make it challenging, because like your face is kind of known, right? It's on posters.
That fails, doesn't it?
60, yeah, flip to fail. Yeah, you realize that there's no way you're going to be able to cover your face and not be suspicious, but you could try it, but like you're not really carry the blood seeping through every here and there.
Yeah.
The smell is another big indicator. You're not super confident that this is going to work.
Okay. And you said we're going back downstairs. That's the plan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying peek out of the room and see, like, when I can get a straight shot.
Okay. Let's see. If you're gonna try to just like make a break for it and run out, you realize you'll probably fail. But if you'd like, you can give me a challenging stealth test.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going, because if I've been there for a while, I want to go back down and see what's, like to like the torture area zone and hear if there's anything going on there that might indicate Genevieve was caught or Martin's being murdered. I don't remember what difficulty you said, so I just rolled it.
I believe you already had it set to that difficulty. Either way, with your 52 rating, a plus 10 or minus 10. Yeah. You're able to sort of slip back down there. You'd like see the blood stains where you stabbed the shit out of a priest. And then you see another familiar face turns the corner. I suppose holding like a bowl of porridge or something.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go down with like porridge, maybe a pitcher of water or something, and start heading down. I think.
Yeah. So you like are kind of seeing Father Leon heading that way. You can peer at him and see him. Rutherford. There doesn't seem to be anybody else around at the moment in this area.
How are we near the stairs, or are we still just kind of wandering around?
You're near the stairs. Yeah, we'll say you're near the stairs. He's definitely like heading in your like you're kind of coming from the opposite direction, and he's coming from the other direction. He does not see you as you pass the stealth check, and he's probably not looking for lurking madmen, priest murderers.
Deranged. Okay, get it right.
Sorry, deranged heroes.
I'm probably just gonna follow him.
Yeah. You sorry. He's ahead of you. Why don't you take it away, Father Leon? It's like a short haul. There's like a
Okay.
thing into a storeroom, a thing into but to go to the torture chamber is essentially where you're headed.
Yeah.
When you get there, there is a church guard there.
Uh-huh.
You notice that there's also some in like the crypt, and you can hear some like heaving as like they're putting up bricks or something. You don't know. There is one standing right outside, but that's about it.
Okay. And I don't suppose the witch hunters are around, are they?
No, you saw them. It looks like they were heading out into the city.
Okay. Let's see. So I will probably just give a nod to the church guard and go. I'm about to give the prisoner their meal.
He like shrugs. Like, all right, go in.
Okay. And I'll go ahead and step in, and I'll inspect Genevieve.
Yeah. You see that there's really only like 4 cells in here. They're pretty crudely constructed. There's a chair where like clearly somebody was getting tortured because of all the dry blood. There's a crumpled
Of
up
course.
heap of a body in another cell.
Mhm.
And Genevieve, you're like wearing nothing but cloth at this point, right? Like a prisoner's sort of tunic looking deal. You can go ahead and just like gray out all your trappings. They're somewhere, they're not close by though. You have no things, Genevieve. That's an important distinction to make. Go. But you see Father Leon come to your cell. You've probably just woken from being a little bit groggy after being choked out.
You look terrible. And Father Leon will start coming over, kneeling down, inspecting Genevieve, looking for wounds and the such, and we'll probably start pulling out some bandages from his package, from his satchel.
Do you have the heal skill?
Yes, I do actually.
Okay. Do you actually have a bandage?
Good question. I'm not sure if that actually came in my initial trappings. I'm not sure unless the survival kit counts.
I don't think it does. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure the survival kit has flint and tinder and a tent and stuff like that.
What would I need then for healing in general? I feel like maybe I'm missing something not having that.
Bandages.
Bandages, yeah.
Or a tincture. You might have a tincture on you.
Yeah, a laudanum would work too.
I guess I have none of that, so I'm just using whatever spare random cloths I have. So basically, unaided, without materials. Is that possible?
According to the rules, no. You need to have a bandage, apparently. Doesn't matter what kind of wounds you have bandages, that's what heals you. And bandages are specifically made.
That's why I went on that whole thing to get them to get me bandage material, so I could make bandages.
I guess, how much do bandages cost?
Not very much. And I'm sure, if you want to, give me a charm roll to see if you could, charm the whoever does the healing rites.
For clarification, a survival kit is for surviving in the wilderness, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I got for being a traveler, basically.
Yeah. If you want to give me a quick charm roll, because it's pretty easy to assume you might need bandages, and
basically just get them from the storage up above or something.
Yeah, you had to probably charm somebody. Yeah. Oh, critical success. Have 2 bandages. You got 2 bandages.
Perfect. And now I can actually do the healing then.
Yeah. So let's see. We have to look at Genevieve.
All I know is I'm passed out.
You're awake now. You were only passed out for a few minutes because you were choked.
Okay. Do I go to ignore 3 skill ranks, or I don't know? Yeah,
you're at ignore 3 skill ranks.
Okay.
Yeah. You're awake, but you haven't slept a good night's sleep.
Yeah. Cool.
She's only lightly wounded, so it's actually an auto pass, and she will go to unharmed, I believe.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so I'll look it over and go, well, I suppose you've actually been better, haven't you?
She kind of looks at him. She's like, I suppose. I figured you're here to tell me something bad.
Probably a lot of things bad. It looks like the bishop doesn't like you. Who would have guessed?
And a lot of people don't like me, so this isn't a surprise.
And I'll go ahead and I'll lift my go to the robe pocket and pull up the bottle and go take a look at this.
So what is it, like a vial of liquid of some kind?
I wouldn't suggest drinking it. But go ahead, and I'll go ahead and pour you a glass of water from the pitcher and hand you the porridge. You should probably go ahead and have something now. Who knows when you'll get another chance.
She's like, well, is it safe?
Of course it is. On my honor.
Let's take a break where she says, "Is it safe?"
Oh God.
Let's look at the hero Lord Father Rutherford.
Priest.
Oh, well, I add a father to that.
Oh.
Yeah. You come up and you see the torture room. There's a guard who's kind of whatever out in front of it at the moment. And you saw Father Leon go in there, and the door closed behind him.
Can I take a check to see if I can hear anyone besides?
Sure. Go ahead.
Leon,
give me an eavesdrop. Normal. Not really. I mean, it's safe to assume he's doing something in there.
I was just worried about if there's anyone else in there. But it's not like it would matter, because, I mean, a hero will go in no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, a hero would attempt to rescue.
Well, it's dark down here, right?
I mean, it's lighted in the hallway, but it's like not super well lit, but it's well lit enough that like, say you try to rush a dude who's watching the door, someone would probably see you.
Or I'm gonna give him money.
Okay.
Yeah. Straighten up whatever I managed to cover myself with. Walk
Okay.
up like I own the world.
Yeah.
Be like, the witch hunters have sent me to see this prisoner. May I enter?
Person like looks at you and he's like, make a deception check. Make it hard. What he says. But he kind of like just sort of looks at you puzzled. But make your deception check. Make it hard. Oh, guile. And he's like, he looks at you and he's like, yeah, whatever. You don't look that dangerous. And he opens a door where you can see Father Leon and Genevieve in there.
Yeah, and about this moment, pushing the water for it's like, on my honor.
Alright, so, oh god, we should drink some water. Dun 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 dun.
Well, Father Leon suffer like 8 corruption. I'm just kidding.
Oh no!
And I resist it all.
Probably holy water, and they thought I would burn and die or something.
It's a test, you see.
Didn't
If
work.
you were a witch, you would have drowned.
I know. From the cup of water.
So I guess, does Genevieve drink?
I do. I just don't drink it. Fuck it.
Congratulations, it wasn't poison at all.
Oh my god.
This time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just sort of slowly turning my head and going, who is it? And
Um,
who exactly do I see there? Is
it
he
is
just in
not-
robes or what?
Yeah, he's in a priest's robes. He's bleeding. He's like bleeding through it a little bit. But you definitely see Rutherford there. Did not disguise himself very well.
Father Leon's just gonna sigh and stand up and cross his arms and go, ah. Well,
I tried. This was a bad idea.
He says now.
get over here. You take this chair here, and I will try to sit Rutherford down.
So you grab the torture chair. It's like the only chair here, right? It's like
Yeah. It's a little messy, but you'll be fine.
there you go.
I'll pop a squat.
Okay. And I will attend to your wounds now because I have a second bandage.
Please. Please.
Right. How wounded are you?
Seriously.
I believe that's a hard check. I believe it's a hard check. A hard healing check. I didn't finish my thought. A hard healing check.
Let's see. Can I make it? I'll hit the button. did it, everybody.
Yeah, good job. You get you go up 1 health, Rutherford.
Excellent. Thank you.
But I mean, you've been down here for a while, like 20 minutes. Follow me on, because it takes 10 minutes to damage.
Right.
Actually, it would have been easier than that.
What was that? Is the heal
Seriously wounded is a standard test.
Oh, is it only standard?
Grievously wounded is only challenging.
Oh, well, there you go.
Cool. Did even better.
Completely. It's right here on the sheet too. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So. Right. Yeah. Sorry, it's been 20 minutes. What do you do?
I will just look at Rutherford and go, well, you still know what you need to do. And I will go ahead and take the picture and whatever's left of the oatmeal, and I will start walking out of the chamber. But first, I will actually go ahead and refill the glass that I had. I will pour a little bit of the poison into it, or whatever the expected dosage here is. Like, is it like just a full vial and they're supposed to drink all of it, or what?
Yeah, that seems about right.
Okay. So I will go ahead and mix some of it in with the water. I assume it's like colorless, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. And I will go ahead and walk out. And when I get to the guard, I'll look to him and go, they're taken care of now. Well, I suppose it'll be a long duty. You haven't had anything to eat or drink yet, did you?
He goes, no. Got any mead? My favorite.
Not any mead. I could give you maybe a little sip from my wine flask, but or well, water skin, but that's just water. This is clean though, and there's some porridge left if you want some. I suppose after getting beaten up, they don't have much of an appetite.
Oh, well, who cares? Probably burn tomorrow, anyways. Let's see.
Well, and I'll go ahead and hand it to him, or like leave it wherever it's convenient. Like if there's like a small table next to him or something.
Yeah, he'll slug it down. I mean, this is usually not like a guarded door. So like, there's not really a place for him. He's just kind of standing here.
Yeah.
Let's see. How long does this take to murder?
Silence. Captivating silence.
Yes, I know.
Sorry.
The tension rises.
We're just trying to figure out what's going to happen next.
So, yeah, I think. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. So he drinks it, and he like just stands there still for a while. I was just double checking, make sure I had the right stuff.
But I will probably not be around to see what happens. I am leaving the area, and I will not be going back to the dungeon whatsoever.
Okay.
It is up to them.
Okay. Rutherford, what are you doing?
Well, I obviously have to get Genevieve out. Is the door locked? What's up with that?
Oh gosh, yes, the cell door is locked unless somebody gave him a key. Right? Like Father Leon had a key.
Oh yeah, totally.
You have a key.
Or-
Martin's all.
I assumed I had some way to get in or out, right? Was that the guard?
Martin's still there.
He's whatever. He's dead. We can't get him out of here.
He's not dead yet.
He's not?
Hey, you hear him croaking from the other cell? No.
Oh wait, he was brought back. Like he didn't die on the steps. Okay, cool.
Oh, imagine the hope he had.
Okay, so is do you think the entrance to the rat tunnels is still open? Because we can make our way through there again.
That's the only choice we have.
Well, unless you can find my armor and my weapons, or I'm weaponless, and I don't have a lot on me, so we're just gonna have to brave it through.
I mean, probably more useful with the sword. I'm gonna give Genevieve the mortuary sword.
Okay. Also, this time you hear footsteps outside, and someone starts like shouting, "Oh shit!" Literally, "Oh shit!"
Oh,
Running.
that's our cue to go. Sorry, Martin.
All right, so yeah, take the mortuary sword, and is the oh shit come from the direction of the tunnels, or like direction towards where the steps would be towards the church?
It sounded like it came right out the door, right outside the door.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would be her time to get out of the cell, and poor Martin, to see if they can find a way out towards the rat tunnels or wherever they are.
Yeah, you leave. You can see like running down the hallway is that other guard. He's like holding his behind. And you see a dude who came from the direction of the rat tunnels, has like come up to the intersection and is looking that way. Kind of like what the fuck's going on.
I mean, it's do or die now.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna like run at this point.
I mean, we're not even gonna fight the guy. We're just gonna.
Yeah, we're just gonna run.
We're just going.
We're just booking it.
Okay. Yeah, make a. Oh gosh. So we just booking it. Yeah, make an athletics test. Like, are you completely ignoring the person? That is what I'm getting.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to make. We're just kind of brushing past this person because we're trying to make our way through it, because I don't think we're gonna try to fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like we're going to be in a pretty short chase here.
Mm-hmm.
Is what makes sense. You guys are going to have a little bit of a head start as he's like staring down the hall, and then like he hears you like rush past him, and it takes a few seconds for him to like put together what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So short chase until someone passes out. Very likely. So each of you roll a d10 plus your movement plus a 5 head start. We'll call this probably a 2-round chase scene.
+5, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. yeah, you burst through the like. They were like he was basically sitting there starting to relay some of all the bricks that you had knocked down. Doing a pretty bad job of it, and you just like Genevieve just bushes through it, and then Rutherford comes booking it past her. You hear the dude is behind you shouting and is like trying to catch up. Go ahead, roll another d10. Plus whatever your lead is over 12. So Rutherford, that's 7. Genevieve, that's 3.
Right.
Plus your movement.
Plus movement or just...
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Like that, right?
Either way, you're fine. Yeah.
That was a 10, not a D10.
Yeah. There you go.
Holy shit.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Genevieve, make a coordination test.
All right.
Well, actually, you don't even have to because he fails.
Oh, okay.
He like reaches to grab you, and like because he catches up, and he's like yelling at you, shouting obscenities like "You fucking broke my wall again," and he comes to reach and grab your arm, and instead he like trips on a rock, and he face plants into the ground, and you guys are able to escape into the tunnel.
I just scream, "I'm indecent, you perv!" Make my way. All right. What are we rolling?
I mean, you guys have escaped, right?
Oh wait, that was short.
Mm-hmm. Two. There's a couple like pretty short. He had to do something, but his heart wasn't in it. Yeah, you guys into the rat tunnel, uninterrupted. Where are you going?
Okay, we have two choices. We can either leave the rat tunnels or bother Zaid again. Which one should we do?
I don't think he'll help us, but I want to bang on the door.
Yeah, I don't think he'll help us either.
And there's monsters, maybe.
Yeah. I don't really want to deal with any more monsters. I need armor. I don't have any armor on. If I get hit, we're screwed right now. I'm exhausted.
I do want to throw out there that when danger came my way, your first maneuver was to throw me under the bus.
I did not do that. You threw us under the bus.
You sided with the guys who came to come at me to keep your disguises. Despite the fact that I had been hiding you all this time, you first moment danger came my way.
Nah. First moment danger came that way. I remember distinctly. You were like, "There, they're gonna kill the graph." That was the first thing out of your mouth. So.
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
After 20 minutes of discussion about how you were gonna try and turn on me, I decided enough was enough. I jumped down my hole and earned my escape.
Nah, there's none of that. You imagine all that.
Well, except for the fact that I don't need your writings, because I have a recording. I can just go right back to it and point out to you where it was.
Yeah. I never agreed upon anything. I asked for a signature. It was not made.
You did agree upon it when you sold your whole life into servitude to Ruth O'Ford.
Also true. I remember this.
I'm paying the price for that, so it ain't like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So yeah, I don't think he's gonna help us unless, I don't know, we offer him money or witch stones or something.
I mean, that's probable.
So unless you want to throw more coin at him, sure. If not, we need to get out of here as quickly as possible. Because I don't know what's in these tunnels.
I bet the Lord doesn't even have any more money.
I have so much gold.
So
I
much
don't
gold.
know how I can carry it.
How do you have so much gold? Last I counted, you only had like 60 gold, and you've been throwing it out left and right.
That's a lot of money.
Is
A lot
it?
of money. It's a lot of money.
Do you consider that a lot of money? I don't.
If I can throw a gold coin at someone and get what I want, that's 40. That's 40 gold coins I can throw.
How do you have 40 left? I think you spent a lot more than that already.
No, he has like more than 40, I'm pretty sure.
He only spends it in like 1 or 2 increments.
He's been giving out. You heard what he just said, right? If I can throw a gold coin out, that's what he's been doing though. Is every time he's talked to somebody, he's been throwing out gold coins.
I know, but it's taken him a while to get through it. It's not like he's giving him 5 every time he talks to somebody.
I don't know. It seems like it. Anyway, yeah, go hit me up if you want. Throw gold coins around. I'm almost at plate armor. Hit me up.
Where did we go in again?
I figured from the last time we went around into we kind of know where we are, because I remember we had to make several rolls to figure out.
Yeah, you kind of know where you are. You went in sort of by Martin's old house, I think.
Mm-hmm.
There was like an entrance up there.
Mm-hmm.
It was like in a basement or something.
Yeah, we should probably hide somewhere for a bit.
Make our way to the corpse field.
Yeah, that could work. Or we can go. Well, I don't know if the halflings will help us, but we can go maybe there.
I don't know anything about them, but if you think they can help.
I'm not sure right now, but I mean, we could hide in the corpse field, though. That'd be really uncomfortable. Unless you want to hide in Martin's house.
I mean, I'm sure they're going to be going to search there after all this.
But they kind of already got him already, so why would they go search his house again?
Association, I don't know. That's what I would do, but
I mean, there's nothing there.
there's the Chancellor.
Oh yeah, we need to get him back too. Well, we might as well regroup and talk to the Chancellor anyways. Tell him what happened. Because he essentially failed, and our goal is helping Martin get out.
Yeah. I guess let's try and get back to Martin's.
Alright. So we're going to try to make our way back to Martin's. So.
To Martin's house. Okay.
Yeah.
Close by. There doesn't seem to be anybody there right now, so.
Okay. Cool.
Seems to be safe.
Yep.
There's no one there, including the Chancellor.
Nope.
Oh,
So,
I don't like that.
talking about where the Chancellor was, Father Leon.
I believe on my way out of the dungeon, I'm going to go to the place where I've been sleeping.
Mhm.
I'm going to rescue the book that I had placed under the bed. Gather a few other things, make sure my armor's secure, and of course make sure I have my spear and that's quickly sharpened. And then I'm leaving the cathedral. And I think I want to find the witch hunters, but I have to ask, what do I know about their order?
So you know their famous motto is "Innocence proves nothing."
Mm-hmm.
They're quite ruthless and brutal. They're more legend than they are actually ever really seen. Right?
Yeah.
There are more legends about witch hunters than they're actually ever seen, and So they're not fairly common in the site in general. But other than that, there's a big swing of like where as a witch hunter you fall on sort of a scale of like actually cares and maniacal killer, right?
Yeah.
They have a scale. They tend to lean more towards the maniacal killer side, though.
And of course, what I have to wonder is how much these witch hunters may or may not be in the bishop's pocket. Because either of those two sides of the scale sound like there's a chance, honestly. So I guess, what's my impression on that? If these witch hunters were offered a bribe, much like the one I was just bribed with, what would their feelings about it be? And would it be possible to convince them otherwise if I were to approach and say, look, I know where all the witches are?
I'd say it's pretty common knowledge that you would just probably not bribe a witch hunter. Not so much that they're imbribable, but that they don't really. There's not much you could give them that they really want. They have pretty much unfettered power. They can go wherever, do whatever. Anything they want, they pretty much get.
Right.
It would be fairly unlikely that they would be offered a bribe, and it's even more unlikely that they would take it.
Right. So what could they have possibly been offered then that they would actually take, if at all? I really need to know the disposition of these witch hunters because I think they're persuadable. But they're actually only newly arrived in town, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I think I will actually have to hunt them down and ask in person.
Okay. Just give me an easy rumor test. It shouldn't be too hard to follow the trail. Although it's going to be a little bit... Actually, make it normal. It's going to be a little bit muddied by Genevieve and Rutherford pretending to be witch hunters for the last few days.
Of course. So rumor check. Here we go. Hey, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, it doesn't take you very long. Like they kind of stand out, but they are poking around the they sort of just got done poking around the chancellor's office. And then they're kind of like hitting the street, and that's when you notice them.
Okay, I'll wave them down and walk them over to talk someplace where it's like not constant noise because this is still bustling middle of the city, right? So yeah, I'll just pull them a little bit to the side and introduce myself. Like, I don't believe we've had a chance to introduce ourselves. My name is Father Leon.